These are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
But it reminded me of that. We're just kind of, this person who's trying to be a politician, and at the time, Trump was, of course, not yet a president, but clowning this individual who's trying to be a serious person, taking seriously in politics, but what they're talking about is just complete absurdity. So this is, if you must have seen this clip, but if you didn't, you're going to see it here in this ad by Raphael Warnock. So I think this is one of his, really one of the maybe only ads he's put out, at least at this length. This is 2 minutes long, but this is a great way, I think, to go after his opponent here.
You ever watch a stupid movie late at night hoping it's going to get better, don't get better, but you keep watching it anyway? Because the other night I was watching this movie. Called Freak Night, or some type of night, but it was about vampires. I don't know if you know vampires are cool people.
What the hell is he talking about?
Is he serious? Is he for real?
But I'm going to tell you something that I found out. A werewolf can kill a vampire. Did you know that?
What is he talking
I
about?
never knew that, so I didn't want to be a vampire anymore. I want to be a werewolf.
Oh my gosh.
He's talking about vampires and werewolves right now.
Y'all serious about this, right?
So I've been telling this little story about this bull out in the field.
What on
cows.
earth?
And 3 of them are pregnant.
There's no substance. There's nothing.
So you know you got something going on.
It makes me want to laugh, and then it makes me think we're in trouble.
But all he cared about is kept his nose against the fence, looking at 3 other cows that then belonged to him. Now all he had to do is eat grass.
This video is ridiculous. That's 35 seconds of my life I'll never get back.
Why would I want someone like that leading the state of Georgia?
Our good air decided to float over to China, bad air.
Unbelievable.
So when China gets our good air, their bad air gotta move.
It's all the same air.
Not only does it make no sense, I don't even understand what he thinks he's saying.
So it moves over to our good air space. And now we gotta clean that back up.
I sit and watch these on Twitter, and I'm like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Like, literally, what is he talking about?
He's completely unqualified for this really, really serious job.
No one's watching this and being like, oh man, that guy's got it together.
And sometimes, like, I read through the comments because I'm like, is anybody actually understanding, or are we just sitting here wasting time?
It is embarrassing. Let's call it what it is. It is embarrassing.
They just care about getting a yes man. Somebody that had just punched the button.
I think it's a risk to me and millions of Georgians to put this man in a position of power.
Let's call it what it is. This is embarrassing as hell.
At all. I mean, well, you know.
That was great. I hope, look, I'm not in Georgia, so I don't know if they have a shorter version of this for television, but I hope there's like a 30-second version of this, because I think this is a good way to present Herschel Walker, is have people reacting to him and talking about vampires and bulls or whatever the hell the other one was. It's all so absurd. And so one lady here somewhere makes a comment about how they just want a yes man. I forget who it was. I think it was her. But and which is exactly right. And it's worth pointing out that Raphael Warnock has voted with Bernie Sanders on a few amendments that the rest of the Democratic Party has not. So Warnock has actually been, in some ways you could say, a surprisingly solid Democratic senator, in that he has in some cases stood up for the working class on votes, in votes that otherwise are not supported by the large Democratic Party. So I guess the point being here that he showcases that he has not just toed the line with whatever party leadership is telling him to do, that he actually in some cases has worked or tried to vote against what his party has voted for, because he stands with what he thinks is actually the right thing to do. Now, let's get some updates here on this race. So Politico here has this piece, 3 takeaways from the big early voting numbers in Georgia Senate runoff. So there has been some big early voting numbers in Georgia. And if you go through this piece, they go into it deeper. But they say here, voters have flocked to the polls in a condensed early voting period, especially black voters and voters in Democratic strongholds. So there are a record number of early votes right now in this runoff. And it appears to be benefiting Democrats to this point. Again, things can change. We don't know. But right now it's looking pretty good for Warnock. And based on polling here, it's also looking good for Warnock. So Warnock leads, I believe, in each of these polls except for one here from Phillips Academy, where Walker's up by 1. But the rest of them, Walker is up or tied here from Frederick polls on the 23rd. But otherwise, he is leading in each of these polls. So it's still very close, as you can see, just a few percentage points here. So it's not like a blowout or anything. But which, let's be honest, like it's good to see Walker or Warnock ahead of Walker here, but it should be a blowout. The fact that Herschel Walker is doing as well as he is, and that it got to this point to a runoff at all, is pretty sad. Just looking at who the candidate is, and we're gonna find out, I guess, in just almost a few days now, who will come out senator in Georgia.